All right, my friends, this is Donnie and Sandra, and today we got another recipe for you guys. And this is a very unusual one, but it's unique. I won't say it's unusual, it's more like unique. It's sourdough crackers, right?
Yes.
Sourdough crackers. You can make your own crackers, and these are pretty darn good. Yes. But at any rate, I'm going to let Sandra take it from here on out.
Okay. Let me just state that this is another thing that we don't buy at the store anymore. And if you start making these, you will never buy crackers again at the store. There's nothing comparison, is there, Donnie?
No, I mean, it's good. I mean, we've had it with some, you got this...
raw milk cheese.
A raw milk cheese from Azure. And so I've never had a raw milk cheese before. What kind of cheese was that?
It was just a white cheddar cheese.
White cheddar cheese. Now I got to admit, we did a taste test with raw milk cheddar cheese and regular cheddar cheese, and I myself couldn't tell a big major difference in it. I think
that really good cheese though.
Yeah, I think the only major difference in it is maybe health-wise.
Yeah.
It may be just a healthier cheese, the raw milk. But other than that, though, it was very good. It was good on crackers, though. Yep. But anyway, what you got?
Okay, so this is Bready White, my sourdough starter. These are the things you're going to need. You can use discard if you're in the sourdough world. You know what discard is. It doesn't have to be an actively fed sourdough. Now mine is actively fed because I just made some bread this morning. But see how nice and bubbly she is? She does not have to be like that. It can be, not active. If you don't have sourdough starter, or you can go on Etsy and purchase either dehydrated sourdough starter or already made up sourdough starter. You can make your own. Go online and look it up. I got mine from Austin's friend Caleb that makes sourdough bread. And I feed it freshly milled flour. Okay, so we're just going to take a cup of that. It's going to take 2 tablespoons of either olive oil or butter. And then it's going to take some seasonings of your choice. That's all it is 3 ingredients. I use the Kinder's caramelized onion butter. I think this makes them taste like the chicken and the biscuit crackers. And then I also have a Home on the Range Ranch by Spicin' and Dicin'. That I just added that this last time I made them, and that made them really good. And then I also have some flaky sea salt or flaky salt. If you don't have this, it's not that big a deal. It just makes it look pretty and it gets some salt on top.
We put that in our wash, don't we?
No, we put Epsom salt in our wash.
Epsom salt, okay. All right. I thought it looked a lot like it.
Tools you're going to need a container to mix it in, a spatula, a flat spatula if you have one, an offset spatula if you do any kind of cake decorating or cake making, either a big one or a small one, and a pizza cutter and your measuring spoon, and that's it. So, okay, the recipe is for 1 cup of starter. And she is really nice and thick today. It's going to be so good. Almost want to make a double batch because we eat them so fast.
There goes Mr. Finn. I should have shut those blinds.
Yeah, and then I will feed my starter again when I get finished because between this and the bread making this morning, it used quite a bit. But like I said, it doesn't have to be actively fed. It can be in there for several days and you can make this. Okay, so we're going to use 2 tablespoons of oil.
Whenever I don't shut the blinds and he sees anybody.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do like that. We do, we like our dogs to be dogs and be alarming. But he sees the same neighbors day in and day out. And he will absolutely have a conniption fit when they come across the window and he can see them.
So I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons of this in there. I love this seasoning. It is so good. If y'all ever use any kind of Kinder seasoning, you could use the buttery steakhouse would be good in this. You could do just Italian seasoning if you wanted to. Whatever flavor you want it to be. And then we're going to use about a teaspoon.
Okay. I'm going to have to shut the blinds.
About a teaspoon of this. Okay.
All right, guys, let me shut the blinds. I'll be right back. All right, I shut the blinds, and so hopefully that will take care of that.
All right, so we're just mixing our seasonings and our oil in with our starter. And then you're going to have a parchment-lined cookie sheet. And then I have the oven preheated at 350.
350.
Yeah. So no extra flour goes in here. These are like the easiest things in the world to make. No kneading required, no nothing. And like I said, you could eat this with soup or cheese. If you had a charcuterie board, that would this would like impress your friends that you made your own homemade crackers. And they smell so good.
They really do have a really nice flavor to them.
Okay, so you're going to want to spread this out as thin as you possibly can. I need to get some of this stuff out of the way.
And you didn't have to spray the...
Nope, it won't stick.
It won't stick to the wax paper.
There's some spices that they get mixed in. Yeah, you want it to be really thin. Yeah.
Here, I'll hold this in.
Okay. If you have a seal pad, which I do have a seal pad, I just don't feel like washing it. You can use that like one of those silicone mats. Next time I make these, I might use that and try it and see.
It has a really nice aroma to it.
It does smell good. Just try to make a big rectangle out of it. Nice and thin. Alright. If you get it thicker in other places than you do thicker in spots, it won't bake even. So you really take your time on this and try to get it as even as possible.
Like you're icing a cake.
Yeah. And if you do get it thin in some places, it'll kind of crackle and it'll look kind of lacy looking. Those are still good. Okay, I think we're about good. Put a little bit of this right here. And then I usually try to give it a little shimmy shake at the end. Just to make sure. Okay. All right, we're waiting on the oven to finish we're fixing to 348.
Yeah, 348. We're just about there.
Oh, before we put it in the oven, let's sprinkle this with some of this salt.
Yeah, now what is this again?
This is a flake salt. I got it at Home Goods. It's just a it's like looks like almost little shards of glass. And I just sprinkle just a little bit on top.
Now that's something to think about when you're eating your crackers. Nice shards of glass.
Well, it kind of melts into it actually. I thought it would like stay crunchy on top of it.
Just messing with you.
But it
messing with you.
Yeah, it's just really pretty. It's pretty salt. Okay. All right, we're going to stick them in the oven. We're going to bake them for 10 minutes. Then we're going to bring them out and we're going to slice them into their cracker shape. And then we're going to put them back in the oven and finish baking them off.
All righty.
Okay, so it's been 10 minutes in the oven. I'm ready to cut them into crackers. So you're just going to take you're just basically scoring it because it'll break apart once you've done this. Best you can. I try to make mine about the size of like a wheat thin maybe.
I tell you what, they really smell good.
They do smell good.
It smells outstanding.
Now that one's a little bit big. Okay, now we're going to go this way.
And again, you're not trying to cut all the way through it. You're just scoring it.
Yeah, you're just, I mean, some of them you are going to cut all the way through, but the ones on the ends you won't, so it's fine. You just want to just kind of, you don't have to do this step. If you just want them rustic and at the end you just break them apart, but I just do this just because I want to fit a piece of cheese on it. Okay, so they're going to go back in the oven for another, I'm going to say 20 minutes. We're going to check them at about 18 minutes to see. They're going to get browner around the edges. While we were waiting, I made another little batch. I had this seasoning I wanted to try, so I did like a half a batch. It is a tomato, basil, and garlic. I thought that sounded delicious. So, and I think I got this at I think I got it at Sam's Club. So I mixed it in and I sprinkled some on the top. So we'll stick those in there. And I fed Brady. She's up here chilling out, waiting to get on nice and bubbly again.
All right.
So we're gonna stick these in here for 20 minutes. And we're gonna stick these in here for 10 minutes, and I'm gonna score those. So, okay, I got them out. These are finished crackers. As you can see, the ones I cut in the middle came apart. There's still some of these that are kind of, and you see how this one's kind of lacy looking where it was thinner there.
This is amazing because, guys, before we started the video, whenever I was cutting on the camera here, I looked down at the crackers and I said, oh no, you went ahead and broke them up. No, they came apart like this when they were baking.
Just by cutting them with the pizza cutter.
Yeah, whenever you take the pizza cutter and score them, whenever they're finishing off the last 20 minutes, they come apart and it looks like this.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
It's the size of probably a wheat thin, I think. But
yeah.
They're so much better. Just
they really taste good.
Mm-hmm. And they're some of them are a little soft, but they'll harden up as you, this one's real nice and crispy. You want to try that one?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Real good and savory.
Yeah, that crunch.
But there you go, guys. That's what they look like. Mm-hmm. Homemade crackers. Mm-hmm. And you made this with milled flour.
Yes.
You milled the flour yourself.
Uh-huh.
And so...
You don't have to. You can use store-bought flour and sourdough. It's fine.
Okay.
But they're healthy, and they're delicious, and I'm going to make some homemade tomato soup, and those tomato basil crackers are going to be delicious with it.
Yeah, that's really good. All right, guys, we hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah. Another exciting new recipe that we've learned and tried, and you've been doing this a couple times.
Yeah. And I usually just keep them in a Ziploc baggie. You can keep them in any airtight container. They will not last long, though, as far as you're going to want to eat them.
Yeah. Sandra was making some bread for a few people, and we just thought, I said, why don't we do one on these crackers that you've been making? And so it really doesn't take long. Mm-mm. I mean, a quarter of a day, you're not even a quarter of a day.
Oh, the crackers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at half an hour, you're done.
Yeah, it's really, the only thing it takes, you just got to have a starter.
Yeah, you have
to start off with. But other than that, guys, we hope you've enjoyed it. Be looking forward to the next one. Y'all take care. We love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.